Lovely Sultan Margate, welcome. Big hand, big cheers for Kitty
Oh, Margate, you alright, loves? Yeah. You sound like you're having a good night. I am actually not from Margate. I have friends here though. I've spent a Christmas, spent birthdays here. I feel like I'm amongst family. Woo! Only without the violence and sexual dysfunction. Hopefully that might not like to indulge in any alcoholism as well. But after being distracted slightly by the boy band at the front. Hello, darling. Just out of curiosity, how old are you? Well, there we go, legal. But a couple of months too late because I gave up the booze in January. But this is how, I mean, let's face it, this is how British people have sex, isn't it? You know, if we gave up binge drinking, we'd be an extinct species, wouldn't we? Because as I've discovered amongst my friends, the way relationships start in this country is it's a girl, she goes out, she has nothing to eat, 2 bottles of wine later, she's lost her friends, and a bag, she goes to the bar, there's a man there, he has his own teeth. They go home and have sex that neither of them remember. Next day she feels a bit of a slut, so she starts dating him. 6 months later they're living together. Well, that's how it started for me. In the past, kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, well, the booze, I've given it up since January, which I think is not too bad. Not too bad, wouldn't recommend it. Fucking miserable, I have to say. Reality, not a good thing to be engaging with, I'll tell you that now. You know? And, but it was a friend's birthday a couple of weeks ago. She was like, oh, come on, Kissy, come out, it's my birthday. I was like, I wouldn't recommend going to a club sober, okay? Especially if you're hoping to have a relationship. Men, let me give you a bit of advice. Falling into women does not constitute as a chat-up line. Alright? Neither does sort of slightly lurching up against them either and doing it alright. I'm not alright. You're rubbing a sweaty arm against 100% silk. Do one. Yeah? But I live in London at the moment, which is, well, it's hard living in London, I have to say, especially because it's populated by mainly idiots. I get rather irritated by people who walk out the tube station. I don't know if you've ever been in London when they're doing this. They walk out the tube station still reading their book. Now, you're trying to prove how intelligent you are by walking and absorbing words at the same time. Is that what you're trying to do? Well, it's not working, because it's normally Harry Potter they're reading. Can't be that bright, can you really? And the area that I live in is a place called Forest Hill. Woo! Oh, thank you, bit of Forest Hill in there. And they're doing lots of these new apartments, and they have banners on them saying, if you lived here, you'd be home by now. Well, you could say that about any building, couldn't you, really? It's a bit illogical, you know? And also, I think they should be done under the Trade Description Act, because they have these couples advertising them, and she's in her underwear, and so's he. And the implication is, if you were home by now, you'd be having sexy times. Well, that's a lie, because as soon as you move in with a man, that's it. There is no sex, is there? Especially when they get Sky Football installed. So, but I'm actually originally from a place called Chelmsley Wood in Birmingham. So people say to me, Kitty, but you don't have a Birmingham accent. It's because I wanted to get a job. I did a gig in America, this is true, I did a gig in America and this girl came up and went, oh my God, you sound just like the Queen. Yeah, she was brought up on a sink estate. Because where I'm from, they think multitasking is smoking fags and eating chips at the same time. So no wonder I headed for the bright lights of London as soon as my student rail card would take me out of there. But I'm originally, in fact, I'm almost like a mongrel, as Barack Obama talks about. I'm almost a mongrel because Birmingham, via Dublin. All my family are Irish, hence the alcoholism. We were brought up on this estate, and I've got an older sister, and you just need to know this bit of information for the next story. My sister hates me, okay? When we were growing up, she'd leave me outside shops with a sign around my neck saying, "Please kidnap me." Okay. And she's always been we've always had competitions, you know, always been competitive with one another. Never liked it that I went away to university and she got knocked up at 19 and had to marry the man. She's a true Catholic. So basically, my parents are Irish, and I don't know if you have Irish in you or whether you've met Irish people, but they show their love through meat. Okay. If you're not eating half a cow every week, there's something wrong with you. And my father especially used to love making me bacon sandwiches on a Sunday morning, which is great if I haven't been out all night taking ecstasy. Like giving a girl a piece of rubber matting would take me a week to have gone through that. And one day my sister was round, and my dad had, you know, given the bacon sandwich, and this time I couldn't finish it. I had to leave it. He came up to collect it. I could hear him muttering on the way down about ungrateful child or something like that. And the sister said, "Well, you know why she hasn't eaten it?" He was like, "Why?" "'Cause she's on drugs." Now, these are not words you want to say to a 60-year-old Irishman with a dicky heart. I'm telling you that. And it was like she was on a roll, and she decided to say, "And the other thing is, she's not a virgin, and she's got tattoos." Well, I was waiting for the body to drop. But my father, bless him, turned around and said to her, "At least she's getting a degree." Now, moral of that story is you can get away with anything with an Irish father as long as you're educated. But I'm just, to round up, I've given up the drink, which I'm very proud of, apart from the fact that I've started developing a few phobias. You know, it's like reality's there, decided I'm going to find a distraction. I was always quite fearful of cleaning, to be honest. I think there is actually a medical condition for that. It's called being a lazy arse. But I've also started getting quite claustrophobic, which is quite difficult if you live in a city where your main form of transportation is underground. And also, it's been all over the news about the Chilean miners. Have you been reading about that? Bless them. They're stuck down this mine for 4 months. Jesus, it's giving me heart palpitations even thinking about it. But the latest thing is they're sending recording equipment down a little pipe, because they're going to be stuck there for 4 months. They want them to do theatre and record their daily lives. Now, this sounds suspiciously to me like a budget Big Brother, doesn't it? You know, day 49, down the mine, and Jose and Manuel are discussing coal. Not really that entertaining, you know? But I'm going to leave you, ladies and gentlemen, with a final bit of advice. Never, ever trust a man with a moustache. That's what Burt Reynolds told me before he nicked the car and raped my dog. Okay, see you all later. Take care.
Kavanagh!